Hello everyone, welcome back to our course, and for today let's discuss about the moral development of the human person. Okay, so this is actually a theory or a concept made by Lawrence Kohlberg wherein he expanded on the earlier work of Jean Piaget, no? So added na yung siya sa mga stages like pre-operational, sensory motor, concrete operational, and formal operational stages. So Kohlberg believed that our moral development is defined through the three levels. No, this is the pre-conventional, the conventional, and the post-conventional, from which every stage or level has two distinct stages. So let's discuss that. So for Lawrence Kohlberg, let's go back to morality. Now, what does morality means? By his perspective. This is the recognition of the distinction between what is good and evil or between right and wrong. So this is in respect for and obedience to the rules of right conduct, the mental disposition or characteristic of behaving in a manner intended to produce good results. So basically, when we talk about morality, this is corresponded to your behavior as a person, whether you consider it as right or wrong. Okay, so here are the stages of moral development. So we have here the conventional level. During the conventional level, an individual's sense of morality is tied to personal and societal relationships. So children continue to accept the rules of the authority figures, no, wherein they believe that it is necessary to ensure to have positive relationships and societal order. So basically, we behave or we do these things because we believe that in doing such things, we'll be able to establish a good relationships towards other people. Like your boss, for example, no? Or for your mother, no? Your mother will not be mad at you because you follow his or her orders, no? So that is a basis of your behavior or of your morality. You do things in order for you to have good relationships, no, with others or with your significant others. Okay, next one is the post-conventional level. Okay, a person's sense of morality is defined in terms here of a more abstract principles and values. From this level, people now believe that some laws are unjust and should be changed or eliminated. Well, this is a higher level of moral development wherein you try to justify your own thoughts already. So nakakapag-reason out ka na you can think it critically by yourself. We have that rational thinking already during this level wherein you believe that there are some laws that are unjust and biased. You feel that this particular law is not rightful. No, it will hurt other people. No, it will have a negative impact towards a particular group or denomination. So the post-conventional level is a higher order thinking of moral development. Okay? So Kohlberg's theory has been criticized for its cultural and gendered bias towards the white upper class men and boys, and it also fails to account for inconsistencies within moral judgments. So clearly, because Kohlberg is from a Western country, so therefore, mas focused yung pagkakagawa niya ng theory na to or yung stages sa culture. 'Di ba? So yun yung naging issues kay Kohlberg. Okay, sa theory ni Kohlberg. So these are the 6 stages of moral development. As what you can see, the levels here are stated together with the stages. Okay, the pre-conventional moral development, we have the conventional moral development, and the post-conventional moral development. So I will discuss this specifically per stage. Okay, let's try to define and differentiate it per stage. Okay, let's begin to level 1, pre-conventional morality stage. This is from birth to adolescence. Okay, take note of the timeline. Okay, pre-conventional, young children do not really understand the conventions or the rules of society. So basically, this stage 1, punishment, obedience, or orientation is related to B.F. Skinner's operational conditioning of punishment. No, as what you can see, if a child is punished for not doing what is right, or when he is punished because he goes out kahit ayaw ng mama niya na mag-alis siya sa bahay, di ba? So, tapos pinapalo siya sa bahay, yun yung basis niya of a moral behavior of what is right or wrong. So, if his mother scolds her for not washing or for not fixing his toys, 'di ba? Yun yung nagiging basis niya na dapat gawin ko yung particular action because magagalit yung mama ko pag hindi ko ginawa. Okay? And yun yung basis niya ng morality niya. Okay? So this includes punishment and rewards, no? Okay, I think that is clear. Stage 2 is self-interest orientation and instrumental relativist orientation. During this stage, a good action is seen as one that is in the best interest of the individual. So favors may be done for another child so that in return, favors will be returned by the others. Okay, so let's learn more about this. So basically, ginagawa mo yung isang factor because may benefit siya sa'yo. May instrumental value siya sa'yo. No? It's relative because you are the one who are experiencing the action. So if I will do this, then I will gain this. So this lies could be told to cover for another so that in return, a similar favor is owed to the individual. So the underlying concern of stage thinking is, ano ba yung meron nun sa akin? Ano ba yung pwede niyang gawin sa akin? So morally right yung mga bagay na makakapag-produce ng instrumental value to me. Okay, and opposite naman yung hindi. So the child will follow the rules if there is a known benefit to him or her. Okay, so also the children during this stage are very concerned with what is fair. Ayun. So, the conventional morality, okay, this will cover from adolescence to young adulthood. No? Stage 3 is good boy, good girl orientation. You know, individual at this stage of moral reasoning will try to win the approvals of others so that their identity is perceived as good. No? It's like their image, no? Yung concern sila sa image nila, may halo effect ba yung person? For example, during teachers recitation sa kindergarten, 'di ba? Parang yung mga teachers gusto nila na yung mga bata behave lang sila. Hindi sila malikot, no? They are not noisy. So, the children perceive this kapag sinasabihan sila ng mga teachers nila na kailangan good boy ka, 'di ba? Kailangan hindi ka noisy sa class, you follow your teachers, no? Kung ano yung mga kailangan gawin. Yun yung nagiging standard nila ng moral behavior. The acceptance of the individual by the peer group has also a huge impact in terms of what actions are considered to be good or bad. So for example, sa friendship, 'di ba, yung mga bata, okay, children are sometimes wanted to be accepted by their peer group para maging playmates nila. So in order for them to be accepted, no, or to be liked by their friends, no, they are performing actions that will help them gain friends, no? Or being friendly, like mag-share ka ng baon sa particular person or towards someone, 'di ba? So yun yung ginagawa ng mga tao or yun yung nagiging basis nila ng moral ng kanilang morality. Okay? At this stage, people tend to judge the morality of actions in terms of evaluating their consequences in relation to a person's relationship. No? So good and bad intentions are recognized here. Okay? So, people want their relationships to be characterized by respect, gratitude, and treating others as we wish to be treated, no? Okay, so a good action is therefore on that will bring about the positive result. Okay. So, for stage 4, dito naman yung law and order or orientation. So, the desire to have a functioning society is at the heart of this stage of moral reasoning, no? Wherein the laws, norms, and conventions become very important insofar as to maintain functioning society. So in this stage, law and order, yung importante or what is the standard of morality is the law, no? Yung promulgation ng batas. If there is a particular law na for example, bawal lumabas, no? Sabi ni Kim Chiu, bawal lumabas. So yun yung moral behavior, yun yung justified behavior na kailangan pandemic tayo, nasa loob ng bahay ka lang, kung wala ka namang gagawin na something important, hindi ka dapat lumabas ng bahay ninyo. So people at this stage of moral reasoning have moved beyond the strong need for individual approval associated with stage 3. So like sa mga military, may mga law sila na even though it will not do them good, but it's part of the protocol, no? Part yun ng duty nila. Kailangan nila gawin yun. Yun yung basis nila ng moral behavior. So the concern at this stage is the transcendence of an individual needs in favor of the needs of society as a whole. Okay, so nagtra-transcend na siya not only from the individual instrumental need of the person, but throughout, kailangan it should be in favor of the majority of the population, of the entire society if pwede. Okay? So, stage 5, okay, under level 3, post-conventional morality stage, adulthood. Ito na yung medyo complex na yung pag-iisip ng mga tao, no? In regards to morality. Stage 5 is a social construct, legalistic orientation. At this stage, it is recognized that individuals can hold different opinions and values. Okay, this should be respected impartially. It is believed that contracts will allow individuals and society to both increase their welfare. It is therefore known as the contractual perspective. So, during this stage 5, social contract, legalistic or orientation, no, people have different opinions already about these views, about his opinions, about the political issues we have, about the pandemic, no. We have different views on what we uphold, what is right and wrong. No, doon na umiiral yung pagkakaiba-iba natin bilang mga tao. Our differences, the freedom of choice becomes important, and certain fundamental principles are upheld, such as the right to life and the right to choose what is right, no? If you have the right, for example, an issue in terms of family planning, like is, for example, is ligation ethical? No, because it will help you in terms of your family planning. But for some people, they say that it is not right because our natural capacity as people is to reproduce, no? No? So basically, yun yung mga ethical issues that we could encounter in this stage, no? We have differences with each other. Stage 6 naman, or the universal ethical principle orientation. In this stage, no, moral reasoning is based on the abstract reasoning, no? So conscience is seen here as an important factor in making moral decisions. So there should be mutual respect. Mutual respect is valued as a universal principles. So laws are seen as valid only insofar as they will promote the principle of justice. Okay, during this this stage, no, universal principle. So basically, we are looking into conscience. Important siya in terms of our decision-making processes, no. So whether we are upholding the principle of justice in our decisions or not, if we are being fair with each other, or there is a bias, no. Okay, therefore there is an obligation on people to disobey an unjust law. So decisions are met categorically and in an absolutely way rather than with conditions attached. So more of a universal yung pagtingin natin sa mga actions or human behavior, no? Hindi lang sa particular person's opinion, but we grasp it in the societal level of what is the expected behavior. Okay? So I hope this is clear. The stages are clear for you. So we have stage 1, we have level 1, pre-conventional, level 2, conventional, and level 3, post-conventional morality. So take note of the timeline as well, kasi importante yun. Alright, let's move on to the qualities of moral development. So we have 4 qualities of moral development. First is stage development is steady. This means that one must progress through the stages in hierarchical order, and one cannot get to a higher stage without passing through the stage immediately preceding it or preceding it. Okay, so naka-order siya, no? Kailangan una ka muna sa first stage, tapos second stage, third stage, fourth stage, hanggang sa pinaka-last stage, no? In order dapat yung stages sa human development. Second quality is subjects cannot comprehend moral reasoning at a stage more than one stage beyond their own. So thus a person at stage 2 who categorizes as good and bad on the basis of his own pleasure cannot comprehend reasoning at stage 4, which appeals to fixed duties, the performance of which need not offer any promise of reward or pleasure. So this refers to for some people, they cannot have a conflict process, or they cannot comprehend moral reasoning at a certain stage, okay, more beyond to what they are currently at. So they cannot grasp the complex processes of moral development from a more succeeding or from a more higher level than what they are currently at. So kung ano yung meron lang sila ngayon, yun lang yung makakomprehend nila sa kanilang moral reasoning behavior. Okay? So importante na yung stages talaga masunod siya. Okay? In order for the person to to progress and to make rational decisions, no? Para hindi magulo yung pagkaka-analyze and pagkaka-criticize ng person sa mga different ethical issues and moral dilemmas. Alright, the third quality is subjects are cognitively attracted to reasoning one level above their own main level. So basically, a stage 1 person will be attracted by stage 2 reasoning. So a stage 2 person by stage 3 reasoning and so on. So for example, nasa stage 1 pa ako ngayon and yung pagtingin ko is yung punishment and reward, no? So good boy and bad boy. So maiisip ko yung second stage or yung next stage na pwede kong magawa or pwedeng mangyari sa akin. So, naiisip ko yun siya agad. But not fully, developing pa ako sa ganong stage. But I have an insight. Okay? I have an insight of what can happen to me after this stage. So, yung higher stages, cognitively, you will think of that as your basis of your behavior. That can possibly become the arbiter, no, of your behavior in the future. Number 4 is movement through the stages is affected when cognitive uncertainty is created. No? That is when a person's cognitive outlook is not suitable to cope with a given moral dilemma. So, if in a given situation, one's cognitive framework cannot resolve a problem, the cognitive organism adjusts to the framework which does, yet if a person's orientation is not disturbed, there is no reason to expect in any development. Okay. So, ayun, basically, we have that outlook, no? Sometimes, if we are given with this situation, no, the cognitive framework we have, sometimes it cannot resolve a problem, no? Or a situation that we are currently dealing with, no? Kaya minsan may mga cognitive dilemma tayo, no? So, yun. So, movement through the stages, like for the pre-conventional, conventional, and so on, movement through those stages can sometimes conflict us or can sometimes question us kung tama pa ba yung aking iniisip ngayon, because sabi kasi ng yung during on this in my previous stage ganito kasi siya, pero in my stage right now it is different now. So may mga conflicting ideas tayo ng moral behavior or ng moral action, no, if we are already progressing to the future or to the advanced stages of moral development. Okay, these qualities of moral development are, as I said, is important to keep in mind because they may have not only been verified time and again by research, but they also make sense if one looks at the development of one's cognitive capacity as a kind of orderly growth. So if makikita niyo yung stages ni Jean Piaget, no, yung cognitive development natin, talagang naka-inline yung moral development natin sa kanya. Naka-progress talaga siya. No? Kohlberg believed that as Piaget did, the most moral development occurs through social interaction. So through our discussion, through our discourse with other people, we learn a lot of things as well. No, not only in our own moral action, but we can also define our morality based from other people's insights. No, it could be affected as well on how our morality development or of how our moral development grows. Okay, through social interaction. Alright, so I hope you've learned something for today. Thank you so much for listening and see you soon. Goodbye.